hello, friends, foes. We don't have many of those. To Southeast Iowa Union Prep Sports Plus. And do you still have the cover on your camera, Hunter? That's what screwed me up right there. That looks like a little tag. Hold on, I'm going to do something really quick. Isn't this the cover for your camera?
Hey, it might make it a little better.
Hey, there we go. The video quality is fixed.
No, there's a hole. It's the same.
Oh, this is for its protection?
Yeah, thanks. You're good. No,
well, welcome to a completely
just leave it off. It's good.
Off now we're not protected from any dirt or anything else. So sorry about that. Sorry about ruining your webcam, Hunter. Now I kind of want to tear the rest off though, just for my own. Anyway, we're here on Southeast Iowa Union's Prep Sports Plus, powered by Fairway Food Stores. What Fairway item do I have today? I got a drink. Very unhealthy. Did you guys see Lane Kiffin? They had a Coke. So does the Mountain Dew. My vice. They had Lane Kiffin, the coach of Ole Miss. Mm-hmm. They had him at his press conference, and he's got a Coke right here, right? Because Coke is a sponsor, much like Fairway is a sponsor of Southeast Iowa Union's Prep Sports Plus. Coke is a sponsor of Mississippi, and he picked the Coke bottle up, and he's like, "Did any of you guys drink Coke?" He's like, "Do you know that all of the sugar for one day is in this bottle? It's terrible for you." It's super funny. Anyway, speaking of football, we're gonna speak of football, and the reason I started saying Mount Pleasant is I was starting to read your Mount Pleasant football story. We're gonna start with a little Mount Pleasant football, which Hunter was at for half the time because he double covered this.
Yes, I was.
How'd it go?
Yeah, Mount Pleasant heading over to Bracewell Stadium to face off with the Greyhounds. Obviously, tough place to play. Really cool place to go watch a game. It was the Greyhounds' homecoming. They were all fired up, and it was just a real tough game for the Panthers in this one. They ended up falling in this one 42-14. Really, the difference in the game was the first 3 minutes. Burlington pretty much had about as perfect start as you can have, and Mount Pleasant was down from the get-go, and it's hard to come back against a solid Burlington team like that, and especially with the night homecoming and the crowd, it was packed, things like that. So 42-14 loss for the Panthers, as I said, but getting into the game right out the gate on the opening kickoff, Burlington's Darius Sheely set the tone with an 83-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And then, Mount Pleasant, we've kind of seen them struggle on offense the past couple of weeks. Obviously, got the win against Tipton there, but in their losses, they've kind of, struggled on offense. Defense has been pretty solid. Mm-hmm. Same thing in this one. Early on, the defense, was only on the field for one of these first 3 touchdowns I'm going to talk about. But after a turnover on downs by the Panthers on their first offensive drive, Sheely again popped off for another big play. This time, slipped through the Mount Pleasant defense, darted down the sideline for a 56-yard touchdown to give the Greyhounds 6 more and a 14-0 lead. So 2 huge plays by him. And things only got worse for the Panthers as a strip sack fumble was taken back 37 yards on their next offensive possession to make it 21-0 just 3 minutes into the game. Yeah. So real tough start for them there. The Panther defense, as I mentioned, was able to hold the grounds for the rest of the first quarter, but the offense can never find a rhythm in that first half. And after being shut out in the first 2 quarters, Burlington took a 35-0 lead into the half, scoring 14 more in that second quarter there. The Panthers were able to find some success late in the third quarter. Peyton Walker was able to punch it in from 3 yards out, but the Greyhounds scored one of their own to match. As they could never get back into it. Cooper Coleman also, who came in, is a running back, came in to substitute an injured Zach Newton, who was injured in the first half there. Hoping he gets better. Looked like maybe a knee injury, but I'm sure we'll hear about it. But Coleman got in, picked up 6. He hit Lou Schimmelfennig from 18 yards out to give the Panthers their 12 or 14 points leading to their 14 points on the night. But just an overall kind of tough night on the field for them. This week, it doesn't get any easier. Actually, it might even get a little harder for the Panthers. They're going to head to Mount Vernon, the number 5 Mustangs, number 5 in Class 3A. So a very tough matchup. Mount Vernon's coming off their first loss of the season, which was a 7-6 loss to number 1 Solon. So Mount Vernon's the real deal, but Mount Pleasant ended up there this Friday. So real tough task ahead of them.
Yeah, really tough. That's the beginning of district play. I'll tell you, there's not much to know about the Mount Pleasant, Washington district. Besides that Vernon is going to be the favorite. Yeah. So we'll see. I saw, you said, did you say Zach Newton got hurt? I was distracted a little bit. I talked to him last night. We don't know yet on his status, but speaking, where was I last night when I talked to him? I was in the land of Fairfield, which is where we kind of go next because this game was at Keokuk. But Fairfield football, I'll tell you what, Hunter. I saw him in that opener against Mount Pleasant only score 12 points.
Yep.
Since then, they are certainly putting up points and points and points, but not a win in Keokuk. 44-33 Keokuk over Fairfield in their last non-district game. Keokuk is pretty darn talented, and I honestly thought, man, this is a really tough one for Fairfield because Keokuk had played really quality opponents and just put an absolute hurting on Burlington 45-7 the week before. So I said, Fairfield's got to be at their best to compete in this one. And they did. Keokuk was up 14-0 after a quarter. Fairfield scores 27 points in the second quarter. They led 27-21 at halftime, but Keokuk outscores them 23-6 in the second half. So Keokuk defense stood strong. And it was same old story for the Fairfield offense that was, that allowed them to score this many points. Only completed 5 passes for 5 yards. Every other yard was on the ground, 272 yards and 5 touchdowns. Couple touchdowns by Ethan Bisgard. He might be our big school touchdown leader right now.
He might.
Xander Gallison went for 101 and a touchdown. Boss Richardson ran for a touchdown. Luke Consul, 83 and a touchdown. And he also had 1,000,000 tackles. He led the defense with 15 tackles. Xander Gallison had an interception, but they couldn't quite keep him. Keokuk has a really talented offense. And I'm very excited because Keokuk plays out Washington this week. And that will be a battle at Case Field. But tough loss for Fairfield, but the positive of scoring this many points has to be a boost and a happy homecoming, by the way, to our Fairfield Trojan watchers.
Yep.
Got homecoming this week against Benton, and same district starts for them. Unfortunately,
another tough team.
Not very tough team.
I think they lost to Mount Vernon, I think 15-13. So
I'll tell you what, Fairfield, you guys know this. You guys got a tough schedule. There are a lot of good teams in that district.
First number what? I think number 1.
They might be. I'll check that. I'll release the rankings that have already been released yesterday by the Gazette. Yep. Here, I'll have you go through the small school football scores, and I'll bring up the rankings. But anyway, Trojans do fall to 1-3. They got bitten, and at the beginning of district play, which unfortunately for the fun, Fairfield's in a different district than Mount Pleasant, Washington. Yep. Hopefully, when they switch those districts this winter, they're all in the same one.
That'd be really fun.
It's more fun.
It would be fun.
Fun. That's fun. That's not funny. That's fun. That's
fun.
Who says that? Who said that one time?
I don't know.
That's not fun. That's not funny. Gosh, I can see him. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. That was like 20 years ago. Washington.
Yep.
They had a really tough one. Speaking of hard games.
Yeah, Washington, was on the road this week. Probably their toughest match of the season, or toughest game of the season thus far, I would say, as opponent and ranking and things like that. But Washington headed up to Grinnell. Grinnell ranked number 10. I think they were tied for 10th when I wrote this story. I didn't check to see what they were ranked now, but 31-0 loss for the Demons against Grinnell. They played close early on, but just the offense couldn't find a way to score on the night. Grinnell ended up scoring 10 points in the first quarter, most points scored through any quarter on the night. Washington never let Grinnell score more than once in the final 3 quarters, where the Demons couldn't get points on the board themselves. After tacking on 7 more in the second quarter, the Tigers held a 17-0 lead at the half. but Grinnell only pulled away in the second half, scored 7 each in the final 2 frames. As Andy mentioned, Washington taking on pretty tough Keokuk team that's got some talent. Obviously, their quarterback Brenton Ford is kind of their main, their biggest offensive weapon. He gets it done and through the air, all on the ground.
He went for over 175 in the air and over 175 on the ground against Fairfield. Yep. He's good. Shout out Marvin McNutt, coach of Keokuk, my former favorite.
My favorite info.
Not this week, Washington fans.
But also, I don't know when Logan McDowell's going to come back. He was out for this game as well. That's their starting quarterback, and obviously Kel Williams has been taking over the quarterback position in this one, the past 2 weeks. But so having McDowell back would definitely help. Williams get back into the running back position, just kind of make things flow a little bit more on the offensive end. I think since because in those first couple of weeks, McDowell they were able to kind of balance it out a little bit more. I think. But
I'll say Washington's defense. Grinnell did score a lot of points, but it was in bits. It's not like they, sometimes you see that score and you're like, oh. So sometimes if they scored that in the first half and the second half was running clock or something.
And Williams against Fairfield was, crazy. Like 4 touchdowns, like over 240 yards rushing. So
yeah, we got some kids banged up. It's football season.
Yep.
So what happens? And speaking of kids banged up, I'll take you guys to the game I was at on Friday night in Packwood, Iowa, where Columbus visited Pekin. And let me tell you, Columbus not totally healthy coming into this game. And if you've been watching this show, the Pekin Panthers are not the best team to go against if you're not totally healthy.
Nope.
Pekin comes in undefeated, 10th ranked. Columbus had beat them the last 3 years. This time it was all Pekin from 3 minutes left in the second quarter on, because it was only 6-0 leading up. I thought it was going to be a 6-0 halftime game.
That's what it was looking like.
Columbus was playing very good defense. Columbus was running the ball enough to eat up some clock and get down the field. You could see magic kind of start to happen for Pekin, especially quarterback Will Adam, who had a couple of different plays where he has like who was that Chiefs player with the human joystick?
Dante Hall
back with the punt returns. And so he really turned it on, and the Pekin in general really turned it on. With 3.5 minutes left in the game, it was 6-0. And so 6-0 on a touchdown pass a touchdown run by Will Adam. So then 6-0 turns to 14-0. Elijah Brock caught a 53-yard touchdown pass. He had just missed a couple of deep balls, and then it was right on. Boom. 14-0. That's with just over 3 minutes left. Then in the final minute, less than 50 seconds, Columbus gets stopped. They try and punt it. Nolan Glick gets a hand on it, goes all the way up in the air, and who's there? Will Adams is the only one who sees it at that point, catches it like this. His back is turned to Columbus, but no one knows what's going on. And by the time they figured out that he had the ball sprinting to the right, he was off to the races. So that's 21-0. Pekin gets the ball right back on a 3-and-out, and then he hits Adam DeBrock twice. Boom, boom. Second one goes in the touchdown. Now there's 6.4 seconds. 28-0 when it was just 6-0. So Columbus gets the ball. They got a good return. They get it up to about maybe just past midfield, and they bomb one to the end zone. Hail Mary, something the Iowa Hawkeye football team apparently doesn't believe in, because they got it at the 50, and I was yelling at them one day later after this. But I guess this is why, because just in case something like this happens, who's right under the ball, Hunter? Right on the goal line. Not even on the goal line, but a few yards ahead. It's
off a Will Adam pass.
It's
Robert Brown.
No, this is Columbus passing.
Oh, Columbus passing.
Columbus bombed one. Will Adam is standing there, perfect, gets the interception. Now at this point, there's 0 seconds, so he can do whatever he wants, because he can't get in trouble if he runs backwards.
Right.
So he runs to the sideline, maybe about the midfield, maybe a little past midfield, turns backwards, runs like this, whoop, goes to the other sideline, and Columbus kids are swarming him, but at this point, a lot of those Columbus kids have been running around, the last 3 minutes trying to catch people. Then he goes diagonal, boop. He finally got tackled as he was crossing the goal line.
Wow.
And that made it 35-0 at halftime. So all of a sudden it was like we were on the Columbus side at that point, and you could tell everyone was just like the fans were like, "Did you see what just happened?" Like it was a close game that turned into a blowout.
Yeah.
And from then on, all peaking 48-0. Panthers undefeated, ranked, and going to ranked Lisbon.
Yeah.
Next week.
That might be the biggest matchup of the week.
That could be the biggest matchup of the year for us for a regular season. I mean, we don't have a lot of ranked on ranked battles, but a huge. District first place in the district pretty much on the line.
Yeah.
It's not going to be clinched, but that's a huge. That's a stranglehold on the district if they win.
Yeah.
So big win for Pekin. Again, Columbus was a little banged up. They did show some moxie there, and then it just all went crazy. So. And you were at double games.
Yep.
So you got a small school game.
Yeah, I headed after halftime the Mount Pleasant Burlington game. I headed over to West Burlington. Mid Prairie was over there. Obviously, Mid Prairie probably the toughest start to any of our teams have had this season. I'd say played some real tough opponents. They started out in the preseason rankings ranked number 8. They lost 3 straight to begin the season, all by 1 possession or less, but the Golden Hawks finally get their first win against a pretty solid West Burlington team, 40-21. It was a back and forth battle early on. They traded leads early. The Golden Hawks took a 7-0 lead to start, but the Falcons answered back with 2 touchdowns of their own. But Mid Prairie answers back with 2 scores of their own as well, as Hudson Ehrenfeld scored the second of his 4 touchdowns on the night, and Brady Weber connected with Ace Peck for a 43-yard touchdown to make it 21-14. Mid Prairie at the half. West Burlington Notre Dame didn't go down easy though. They tied things up out of the break after a 15-play drive spanned 89 yards, and Quincy Collins found the end zone, but Mid Prairie finished strong. Golden Hawks went on to score 21 straight to win it. Weber hit Caden Goss on a 48-yard touchdown. Keaton Myers recovered a Falcon fumble and set up another score by Ehrenfeld, and then Ehrenfeld got in once more for his 4th touchdown of the night. Weber led Mid Prairie with 213 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Ehrenfeld finished 117 on the ground, 4 touchdowns. Ace Peck 4 passes for 98 yards in the score, and Caden Goss finished with 13 tackles, 5 for a loss and 1 interception. So first win for Mid Prairie, and it's got to be some sweat off the shoulders there after a pretty tough 3-game slate to begin the season. They finally get there. West Burlington is not anything to not sweat about either.
They were almost ranked coming into that.
Mid Prairie might have had like the toughest schedule, I'd say, for the start of the season with how their games play out. They play Iowa City, Regina, Sigourney, Keota. There's one other really good West branch, maybe. Can't remember. But yeah.
Can I say a thought?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think there's a legitimate chance that Mid Prairie doesn't lose another game until the postseason.
I agree.
They have a really fun and tough district.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that last week, but
they got one of
beating West Burlington by 21 on the road. That was probably one of the favorites.
And it's shaken up to be a really interesting district because Davis County was 3-0.
Yeah.
And Davis County got lost to Central Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a game-ending interception with my cousin.
Oh, nice. Good job for your cousin.
Yeah.
Well, besides pulling Central Lee would be tough because Hunter's cousin plays for Central Lee. My cousin plays for Sheraton. They got a big win.
Yeah.
And over Albia, a future opponent of the Mid Prairie Golden Hawks. Look how we are going at.
That's crazy. We got all the connections.
All the connections. I'll tell you what, if your team's like Albia and Davis County, you got to go against Mid Prairie this year. I look at Davis County got to go against Mid Prairie. They had to go against Cardinal, I think. Van Buren. They got to go against my cousin, Hunter's cousin, Sigourney Keota, I think.
They're in that district, are they?
Well, no, Sigourney Keota is not in that district because they're 1A.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not sure. I don't know. My bottom line, if you're a team like that, we're coming after you with the entire force of the Southeast Iowa Union Sports Talk Plus and fan.
Yep.
Wait. Hunter, tell me who won in the other small school games.
Yep.
And I will, on this, now I realize, dead computer, good thing we use yours for the show, tell you guys about the rankings.
Yep. So jumping right in here, Sigourney Keota, who I just mentioned, 60-0 over Cardinal. Just run through them. You want me to just run through them here? Waco, 49-20 over HLV, which I forgot to put the score in for that one. I forgot to put HLB score in for that. But Central City 46-20 over New London. Montezuma 55-14 over Winfield Mount Union. Wapello 14-6 over Van Buren County. Number 6 Lisbon 49-6 over Highland. And that's it.
That's it.
Football roundup.
And let me break some news to you before this computer dies on who in the Union area is ranked. Do you want to guess? I'll give you. Yes. I haven't even scrolled down to Class A yet. But
oh no!
What? Whoa! We have some breaking news.
Andy hit the firewall.
We have some breaking news.
The paywall.
Andy Krutzinger has ran out of free Cedar Rapids Gazette stories. But guess what?
He's went on incognito.
On incognito. You know who knows how to navigate the internet? This guy. I might not know how to charge my laptop, but I know how to navigate the internet. And in class, oh my goodness, that doesn't make any sense. There might have been a typo because Pekin, according to the Gazette website, has 9 votes, but is not in the top 10. Northland also has 9 votes, but is 10th. So
they'd be tied.
I'm going to call him number 10, and then I'm going to figure that out because we're going to be running those in the paper soon. So Pekin 9th, Pekin maybe 10th, maybe not. Lisbon, who they're playing this week, number 5. I can tell you I ranked Pekin like 7 or 8, and I ranked Lisbon pretty high up there. And we got nobody else, although Waco might be creeping up there. Mm-hmm. Waco's only losses to a ranked team. They look good this week. So those are my Sigourney Kyoto. They will be climbing up the rankings here pretty soon too. Once we get into district play, a lot of the teams that are projected to be ranked, I gotta get this figured out where I can. Sigourney Kyoto got 3 votes in Class 1A, so they're right off the top 10 too.
Yeah, and look. Oh wait, it went away again. But Mid Prairie's losses was to I think Wilton. Wilton's number 2, or 3, or whatever it said there. Iowa City, Regina, they also lost to, was number 5. And then Sigourney Kyoto as well. And all those games were 1 possession games, pretty sure.
Yeah, so those are, all pretty much. So any of those 3 teams, Waco, Sigourney Kyoto, and Mid Prairie, and Pekin hasn't lost, but any of those other 3 teams, all their losses are to teams in the top 10 or getting votes. So quality, you guys know how football works. Actually, you see me just chatting. I'm just trying to abide time so I can go on. Another secret way for me to access the rankings, which I vote in.
Yep.
And I have them up now. So Class 8 player, just making sure here. Waco did not get any votes this week. No, but Iowa Valley is still at 6. And is there anything else we really need to check? No, that's pretty much it. We're going to figure out this Pekin thing because...
Oh, Pekin's got 10 there.
No, Pekin only has 9 votes. Northland has 12. Their last week was 9. So Pekin is actually, despite my best efforts, Pekin is actually sitting outside the top 10. Yep. Not my fault, Pekin fans. I actually went up. I have to have accounted for over half their votes. Oh, that just shatters my entire universe.
Yep.
What's that from? What's that movie from?
I don't know.
All right. We're going to go to commercial.
Yep.
And we're going to talk a little volleyball. See you soon.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouth-watering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Hello, Southeast Iowa Union Sports Talk Plus fans. Who's looking cool right now? Me. Who do you want to be looking cool? You. You know the only way in this world you can be cool? To shop at Fairway food stores.
Yep. And watch Southeast Iowa. Oh, what am I trying to say? Sports Talk Plus.
Correct. You need the sunglasses so you can say that a little cooler?
No, I'm good. You're good. You can say it.
3 things. You gotta go to all of the places that sponsor this show.
Yep.
Most of which who have sponsored this show
From the very beginning.
from the beginning. Like 2 years.
That's crazy.
They don't leave us. They come, they do not leave us. And number 2, watch this show and opening drive on Friday. Today is Thursday. And number 3, support the Southeast Iowa Union in every other way.
There.
What?
Today is Thursday, isn't it?
It is Thursday, not Wednesday. We're definitely not recording this on Wednesday. And you know what, Hunter?
What's up?
Today is a very happy or very sad day.
Yep.
You guys know, we don't. Have we been crying all night because the Indiana Fever's WNBA hopes are over to Owasso, Connecticut?
Yep.
Or are we excited because we're going back to Indiana 1-1 with a chance to knock those haters out?
I don't know. Knock them out, man.
I think it's going to be 1-1.
Yep.
Official prediction.
I think 1-1 for sure.
Yeah, you know what?
I think
For
Clark
sure.
goes for 38 tonight.
I think she does too. And you know what? I think that we should talk a little volleyball.
I think we should too.
You were at one of the Southeast Iowa Union's friendliest rivalries, Mount Pleasant and Washington Volleyball. And what happened last night at Washington High School?
Yeah. Washington hosted Mount Pleasant last night on the volleyball court. It was a 3-0 win for the Demons. I would say in the first set, it was a pretty lopsided victory for the Demons. They kind of jumped out early to a 9-15 lead. Well, I guess it's not early. That's pretty much midway through the match. But from then on out,
60%,
yeah.
15 of 25.
They only continued to tack it on from there. Eventually, it made it 23-11. And Mount Pleasant only scored once more the rest of the way. Ended up being a 25-12 victory in that first set there. In the second set, much closer. 14 times the Demons and Panthers tied throughout that set. It was 21-18 late. That's as close as Mount Pleasant came the rest of the way in the late stages of that set. And Washington ends up winning it 25-19. In the third set, another dominant early performance for the Demons. They raced out to a 13-4 lead, and Mount Pleasant did its best to get back into it. Ended up cutting it down. Came as close as 6. Actually, take that back, 5. In the midway through the set, but Washington ends up winning. The deficit was kind of too great for the Panthers to overcome against a Washington team that's been hitting it pretty solid.
Yeah.
So they win at 25-15 to get the sweep over Mount Pleasant, and Washington obviously, looking to, I guess, we talk about every week that it's the tournament that matters,
yeah.
But regular season definitely helps. You prepare for that when you I guess to get there when you're playing, the Southeast Conference teams again. But also you mentioned last week, we've seen where teams that have beaten some teams don't beat them in the tournament and vice versa. So, Southeast Conference standings, Washington right up there at top with Burlington. But
Yeah,
for the conference tournament, but 3-0 win for Washington.
Yeah, Washington, just a game behind Burlington. I don't think Burlington lost to Keokuk last night. I guess I don't know that.
I don't know that either.
But I do know one thing. Fairfield Trojans on senior night against Fort Madison, homecoming week for the Trojans. And Fairfield shakes off a little bit of rust in the first match, first set. First game, the match is the whole thing, the set or the game. The race to 25. 3-1 Trojans. Fort Madison take the first one 25-21. I'll tell you what, Fort Madison closed out the first game really well. I thought that Fairfield was hitting the ball very well. I thought things were working out passing-wise very well. And there would just be some rockets on the Fort Madison side. And I think I might have slept on how good Fort Madison is because I thought, I'll be honest, I thought based on early season returns that I was like, oh, Fort Madison might be that team that's definitely at the bottom. That's not true. They're right there. So they won the first one 25-21. Second one, Fairfield had a big lead. Fort Madison actually started to claw back. It was 22-22. I was thinking, oh my gosh, the Bloodhound's going to go 2-2 or 2-0 after it was 22-22. Lily Berggren stepped up and served the last 3 points. Got an ace on the last one. And then we had a 25-15 win for the Fairfield Trojans in the third set. In that one, we had 4 kills from Maddie Martin, 4 kills from Claire Thompson, and 4 kills from Lily Bergwin. Lily also had 3 aces in that one. Oh, sorry, the second set lost on that was won on a Maddie Martin kill. Jumped out of the gym. You said that she was jumping very high when you watched them earlier. That was true. She had a couple thunder. I actually wrote the word thunderous in my notes.
I like that.
Thunderous kill to end it. Yeah, use that word. And then set 2, I had was a big one for Claire Thompson and Elise Setterstrom. And set 5, sorry, set 4. There wasn't set 5. Set 4. 25-20. Fairfield over Fort Madison, and the kill leader was Claire Thompson with 17. Got the interview last night, and Lily Berggren ended up with 15. Got the other interview last night.
Yeah, she was injured in that matchup with Washington last week.
She sure was. This is her first game back. And you know something about Claire Thompson and Lily Berggren, both seniors.
Yep.
Both seniors. So senior class led the way. Maddie Martin or Elise Setterstrom had 9, Maddie Martin had 7. Diggs leader, as usual, Isabel McCready. And aces officially only had 4 for the team. I think I had more in my notes. Sometimes I give an ace when it's when it shanks off somebody. It's really hard to judge.
Still count ace, I'd say.
If I was surfing, I'd want every single time. Every single time I hit the ball at surfing and it didn't get back over.
Right.
Ace dance right there. Ace. You guys do an ace dance high school, college? I used to remember.
You know what we used to do? You know how now they do where like the team says like it does an ace chant and then you do like right after the student section does. Pretty cool.
We should have an ace.
That's what you're talking about. I mean, like
yes,
chant.
Yeah, like every time you do an ace, you do a thing. We should have an ace contest. Everyone, send in your appropriate ace dance. It can be the one, if you're a volleyball player, it can be that one, but you can just make it up. Appropriate.
Like you go, ace.
Yeah, that one's a good one. Do you want to see ours? Do you want to see the Sheridan High School circa 2009? I think I remembered it. I don't know if I can stand up, but it was stop, clap. I hate this shirt, by the way. America needs journalists because America needs farmers. I feel like this is like self-serving. Clap, stomp, stop, clap, boom, 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 boom. Ace. I still remember that.
I bet you led the way, didn't you? Your senior year, you're definitely a leader in the section, weren't you?
I was one of them, I'd say. But yeah. Shout out Sheridan Volleyball 2000.
You were one of the guys with the spirit stick.
Actually, I carried that into intramural volleyball in college. I was like, hey, I remember what the girls at my school used to do when they got an ace. And so we started doing it. And so it's actually only been like 10 years since I've had to use that. Send it in. Tweet us at Union Sports Page. You can DM, tweet, Twitter. Get it to us somehow.
Yep.
You guys know us.
We want to see it. We want
to see the ace stand. We'll have a contest, and the winner will win something. We'll figure that out. A small school volleyball roundup. Who won last night?
Yeah, let's run through it real quick. Cardinal gets a pair of wins in a triangular, 2-1 over Pekin, and then 2 over Moravia. Number 12 Mid Prairie, 3-0 over Durant. Columbus gets a win, 2-0 over the Wise Musk team. Pekin 2-0 over Molten Udell. Pekin 2-1 over Moravia. Hillcrest Academy 2 over Lone Tree. Hillcrest Academy again 2-0 over Cedar Valley Christian. Highland 3 over Iowa Valley, and then English Valley's 2-0 over Columbus, and English Valley's 3-0 over Kyoto. There you have it.
If you send an inappropriate A stance, we won't even mention you sent it. But we'll not make the show, and it will be as if you never did it.
Yep.
Appropriate. And we'll watch. We know all the different. We're young enough to understand. You can't get stuff by us like we're old guys.
Right. We're not that old.
You guys.
I'm not even 30 yet.
Yeah. And I'm not even 35 yet. Volleyball. Oh, Super Conference tonight. If you're watching this on Thursday, Super Conference opening round. Saturday is the championship.
SEC.
SCC. One of the best things of the year.
Yep.
Super Conference championship. I don't know if we'll have somebody I'm sure we'll have somebody in the finals. We'll see if we'll have to have some upsets this year because our teams, I think the top ranked teams for us are 7, 8, 9 or 6, 7, 8.
Yep.
Hillcrest, Highland, Van Buren County, Winfield, all fairly high ranked. They're all kind of bubble on the thing. So I think one of us will be in.
And there's some pretty touted opponents in the Southeast Iowa Super Conference.
There are.
You got, Holy Trinity's ranked number 4. You got West Burlington's ranked number 8 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mediapolis is really good.
Mm-hmm. One of us will be in Mediapolis.
Notre Dame's ranked too.
Notre Dame's really good.
Man.
It's tough. We don't have to talk about some New London and Van Buren County fans because you just named 4 Super South teams, which means those are all conference bonus for them. When we get back, I'm going to tell you about a little cross country. And who was a little cross country last night? You'll find out after these commercials.
Yes, you will.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Family-friendly Halloween treat, visit the Midwest Haunted Rail. Unlimited rides on the Ghost Train, trolley, and carousel, blow-ups, and carnival ride, all for one low price. Kids 4 and under free. Scare up some fun at Midwest Haunted Rails, McMillan Park, Mount Pleasant.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Hello. Welcome back. Southeast Iowa Union Sports Talk Plus, powered by Fairway Food Stores and all of our sponsors that you will see below or over here. No, we're together, so it's probably below today. I went to a little cross country and volleyball yesterday. Dang it, I screwed that up. I was going to deliver that news better. Pretend I didn't just say that. Guess who went to cross country? Well, it wasn't me because I was at volleyball last night.
Who's that?
Wait a minute. It was me. Oh, I like seeing our faces big.
I know.
It was me.
Stream.
I went to a cross country before volleyball last night. Mount Pleasant High School. The only outside sporting event in the entire school year at Mount Pleasant High School. Think about that.
That's weird to think about.
It is. And we had a couple winners from the Mid-Prairie Golden Hawks individually, starting with the girls. Brooklyn Stutzman out-duels Iris Dahl at the line. They were neck and neck going at it. Actually, Brooklyn Stutzman of Mid-Prairie, for all you noobs out there that don't know all the cross-country names. I was looking through my picture, and she really was a steady, like she was like 7th or 8th the first time I saw him, and then up and up and up. Brooklyn Stutzman and Iris Dahl 1, 2. The Oskaloosa girl was 3rd, and Rachel Hostetler, the new Hostetler for the Mid-Prairie Golden Hawks, 4th. Mid-Prairie looked very, 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 very good. Let's see, Lauren Horak and Kendall Hendrickson, 13th and 14th for Washington. Country Lee, 15th for Mount Pleasant at her home meet. That was in the girls' high school race. On the boys' side, we had a defending state champion in the building, not in the building because it was an outside race, but
on the premises.
And Emmett Schwarzentrooper, he had plenty of tough runners to go against. Him and the top 2 Washington boys, Tyler Alderton and Andrew Reese, were battling early, but Schwarzentrooper ends up winning it. First place for him, looking pretty darn strong. And also Tyler Alderton of Washington gets 3rd. Jude Dykstra, his little homecoming back to, he was with Mount Pleasant last year, Waco this year, breaking a lot of Waco records. And he gets 4th, right behind Tyler Alderton. It was like a throwback. It was like a throwback Tuesday because those two really raced hard right to the line a few different times last year when they were with Washington and Mount Pleasant. But Dykstra gets 4th. Andrew Reese ended up 7th. Washington had a lot of
Preston Youth.
Preston Youth to get 6th. Mid-P. Logan Anderson of Mount Pleasant 10th. I'm not sure if I said Sawyer Chance of Washington was just ahead of him in 9th. So Washington gets 1, 2, 3 in the top 10. And they look good. That was the first time I think the Washington boys maybe of all, not all of them ran at Fairfield. Had a couple sit out for injuries and stuff like that. So pretty strong. But overall, Mid-Prairie, win and win.
Yeah.
When the last time was that one school won both those races at the Mount Pleasant meet? I have no idea. My brain's not good enough to figure that out.
I was going to say not last year because Danielle won and then Micah Reese won. That's right.
It was Washington Mid-Prairie.
That's right.
Middle school girls race, Avery Fedler, 8th grader from Mount Pleasant, won that one. She's been winning by like over a minute, so I made sure I was out there for that. My kids were out there watching a little cross country. Sam Higby, he looked really good too. A middle schooler for Keokuk, he was way out ahead. So a couple of the future stars were out there as well. That's pretty much all we got for sports that we were at.
Yeah.
Where are you going to be at tonight, Hunter?
Nowhere.
At home. What are you going to be doing while you're at home?
Taking care of my kids.
That's a good one. Me too. 2 kids on my side. But what's probably going to be on the TV at some point, maybe around 7 o'clock-ish, 7:30, whatever time.
Maybe a little basketball.
Maybe a little basketball. Maybe a little women's basketball. Maybe a little professional women's basketball.
Maybe a little team from Indiana.
Oh, maybe. This is from last night. If they're watching this one, it actually comes
out. We look really weird now.
Yeah, you're right.
Peter, just cut that.
No, don't cut it. I want them to see the whole the rawness, every problem. But you know what we're going to cut?
Realization that we just, game's over.
Game's over.
Let's go, Fever. Nice win.
Big win last night.
We're taking it back.
Sun fans, what was that? Oh, pretty quiet now, aren't you? Yeah. You got 1 game left of your season.
Yeah.
Game 3 on
Sorry about
whatever day that
Sorry
is.
about it. Head to the semis. Head to the semis.
Oh, that's all right. At least those Connecticut Sun fans can cheer for their other professional sports tip. You don't have any. Not that we do. I don't think they do. No, they don't.
Connecticut? Nope.
No, you don't. That's your only one. And Caitlin Clark just is about to end your season in game 3.
Yep.
6:30 last night is when that started.
Yep.
Suns 6.5-point favorites. That's Fever money line all day.
For sure. Hammer it.
Ooh. I have one more announcement before we go.
Yep.
we will literally, if you send in an ace dance that is not what we're looking for, which is just appropriate, it can be corny, it can be fun, it can be long, it can be short. We'll put it on a CD and we'll burn it so no one sees it. Send those to our Twitter, and we'll be back
Next week.
next week.